Hey y'all, I'm JamesWright and welcome to Wizards News. Today we're going to be talking about centaurs. Where do you find them? And oh, they updated the game. Okay, let's talk about the game update because this is the new news. Let's actually talk about that. Oh, there's a new community day coming. Okay, let's talk about the community day because community days are a ton of fun. Oh my, Okay, the brilliant event is starting tomorrow. Let's talk about the brilliant event because we got to get that news out now. Centaurs will be sometime in the future. Oh my word. Wow, all of this information suddenly coming out of nowhere. I honestly, I was thinking with everything that went on during Dark Arts month that November would be kind of low-key. I wasn't actually expecting brilliant events this month because when they did the Fan Fest, then the next month they were just so booked up with Fan Fest that they didn't have brilliant events the month after. So I figured after a crazy month like Dark Arts month, then there wouldn't be any brilliant events the next month because they were still catching up from the last month. But holy cow, they proved us wrong. Not only will there be the brilliant events, and there will be a community day, but then there will be another bonus event at the end of the month. So this is going to be like Dark Arts month all over again. So, wow. And they dropped a ton of information on this. And I want to take you over here and show you what we have on the official page where they actually go through this. Now, I'm not going to talk about all the events right now. I just want to point them out so you can get them on your calendar because these are going to be big. Number one, we have the first of, well, there's the library event going on right now through the 9th. So this is a good chance to find a few of those hard to find items. So you have to find a local Hermione, you'll have to find a local library and have a higher chance of Hermione, Luna, Neville, and a few others. Not a huge thing, but if you are looking for those specific items, this is a great chance to make sure you go and get those stamps. Number two, the next brilliant event is starting tomorrow. I know, just wow. So, it will be starting at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, so be ready for that. Then on November the 17th, book your calendars. It's not on a Saturday. It is on a Sunday this month. So book your calendars. November 17th, there will be the Community Day. And it's sounding like the Community Day will be focused on fortresses. So you want to make sure you get your group of 5 together and get ready to focus down on a fortress. This should be a lot of fun, especially if you can all get together in a mall or some indoor spot as it's really cold up here. If you're down south, then who cares about being indoors? But book this out. We'll be talking about this later. And then we'll have November 19th through the 26th, the next brilliant event, another chance at restricted section books. Wow, okay. And then November 26th through December 2nd, there will be the Stand United with Hogwarts and Help Return Foundables from Potions class registry page. So this is going to be interesting as well. It sounds like they're going to be doing a whole another event type category at the end of the month. So, wow. This is more than Dark Arts month. So, okay, I'm really looking forward to this. But today, I don't have time to talk about all this. We're just going to be focusing on the Brilliant event and getting everything ready because you only have about 20 hours from right now until the Brilliant event starts to dive into it. So let's actually go over here to one of my favorite places, the Wizards Unite Hub. The Hub really does a great job of collating it and getting it all together. And this is official information from Phases, has been checked. Several other sites out there actually do provide information, but it is data mined information and it is very untrustworthy and really isn't lining up with things. So this is the best place for it right now. Number one, it starts tomorrow, November the 7th at 11 a.m. Pacific time or 2 p.m. Eastern time, or where I'm at, it's 1. You should know what this time is because a lot of the events start at the same time. They start at the 11 a.m. Pacific time, so just be ready for that. It is starting tomorrow. There will be a free pack in the store, and it's a pretty decent one with 4 Dark Detectors, which is huge, and then 2 Potent Stimulos for free. You can't beat that with a stick. Now, I have seen some data mined information on the kits that you can buy as well, and if those are anywhere near right, they are going to be a phenomenal deal. So if you have gold coins right now, it might be worth saving them up to use on those kits to buy because they're going to be very, very big. Okay, this is the big and exciting one. There will be the 3K portmanteaus, and they'll be taking you to a new place. Umbridge's office. So yes, this is kind of cool. I'm really looking forward to exploring Umbridge's office, and as soon as I get one of those open, I'm probably going to be doing a video actually exploring the site and getting up on the ladder and having a little bit of fun. If you've never done one of these and you can open up AR and go into one of these, you can see some really cool things, and it's fun to actually explore and walk around in the room. So stay tuned for that. On to the first section here. The first thing you're going to have to use is one dark detector. Now, I really suggest don't ever use just one dark detector. Use all three of them. Now, dark detectors are going to be even more powerful during this Brilliant event, so if you're ever having problems getting your severe and your emergency traces, those rare and hard to find things, dark detectors are the way to do. Get together with other friends and you can all share the burden of using dark detectors, but yes, use all three dark detectors on and in. Don't just use one. Next, you're going to have to return 5 medium threat level or higher foundables, and that should be pretty easy as they're relatively common. Medium don't have a flare, so yeah, it's really easy. And then number 3, add a friend. Now, if you don't have a friend to add locally, if you go onto the Wizards News Hivemind, which I'll leave a link to that down below the Discord page down there, there's a whole list of friends on there you can add, and one of them will respond to you very quickly. So this should be a relatively quick one to set up here. And if you really want to make sure this is quick, try and find someone right now and contact them and say, hey, when this starts, I'm going to add you immediately. So at 1 p.m. my time tomorrow, I'm going to be sending you a request. Can you please accept it very quickly? And that way you can make sure you're getting your new friend very quickly. On to the next section here. Now you're going to have to brew 2 strong stimulo potions. So I suggest that right now you go and brew those potions and do not click on them when they're done. Just leave them spinning above the pot and leave them alone. Don't touch them. That way when you get to this, you can just click on them and this assignment is done. You can get through that very quickly. Then you're going to have to use those 2 strong stimulo potions. Relatively easy and very good now because they will go from one trace to another trace to another trace, so you'll be able to use them on multiple traces as long as you still have spells to cast on it. And then you're going to have to use those because you're going to need 5 high threat level or higher. So yes, these are your yellow flares. You're probably still going to be wanting to work with those dark detectors that you used up here, so keep this up. Anytime you see a yellow flare, if you haven't gotten to this point yet, you might want to wait off on clicking on that yellow flare until you get to this step in the quest. Then you can click on those and you can collect your high threat level or higher foundables. On to the next step down. Next, we're going to have 2 potent stimulo potions brewed. So that means right now, go and queue up 2 of your potent stimulo potions. So this way, by this time tomorrow, you'll have 2 of your strong stimulo potions and you'll have 2 of your potent stimulo potions done and ready to be clicked on. So as soon as you get to this point, you can click on them and get the reward from it. Then you're going to have to use 3 potent stimulo potions. Again, this is a great thing to use because they continue from one foundable to the next now. So now you have to go and return 5 of the Brilliant Mad-Eye Moody's. And so this is actually a high threat level foundable. So on this one up here, if you're looking for high threat level foundables, if you come up against a Brilliant Mad-Eye Moody, that should count for it. Next, let's move down to the next one. You're going to have to use 2 more dark detectors, and again, never use just 2. Go ahead and throw a third one on there and we'll treat you better. So this means you'll have spent a half hour on the first 3, and then you can move into this one. Once those 3 have done, then you'll have the next set of dark detectors you can put on that in. Return 5 of your high threat level or higher foundables. Again, those are your yellow flares or your Mad-Eye Moody. Search those out. And then your 5 brilliant talks. So really, these 4 steps should be very, very quick and easy as long as you plan them out. You have your potions brewed ahead of time. You're not worrying about your port keys here. You're just getting these done. So this should go fairly quickly if you want to do that. Or you can do like I do and slow down and do it over the course of a couple days and have a little bit of fun with it. But in this case, there's also going to be the bonus assignments. Yes, they're adding the bonus assignments again, which I think is a phenomenal idea. Now, these are going to be harder. They are something you can drag out. So if you're worried about being able to get these bonus assignments done, you're going to want to make sure you get everything done earlier. If you don't have time to do this, don't worry about it too much. That's okay. You'll be able to do them in the future. If you don't think you're going to have time to complete the bonus assignments, don't worry about it. you will be able to complete all of the other assignments, and that will complete your registry page and be able to do everything else. This is just for the people who rush through it very quickly and want to do more things, and these are a little bit harder. You're going to have to return 30 of your medium threat level or higher. Now, medium threat level do not have a flare, but they are a little bit harder. But using dark detectors, you will find these very, very quickly, but you need to find 30 of them. Number 2, you're going to have to return 20 high threat level foundables. Those are your yellow flares. That's a lot of them. That means dark detectors. You may see a bit of a rhythm here. They really want you to use dark detectors on this. And getting to know how dark detectors use, finding an in outside of a flag zone will really increase your benefits from this. And then number 3, you're going to have to return 3 severe foundables. Those are the ones with the orange flares on top. Dark detectors are the best way to do it. For your severe and your emergency traces, in many cases, those are like 1 in 5,000 chance you're going to find any one individual. When you put on dark detectors, you're probably going to be finding 2, 3, or more of those during each run of 3 dark detectors on an in. So get used to using dark detectors. So let's look at all the foundables down below. Number 1, the 2 wild foundables. These will be the ones you have in the encounters with. You'll have Mad Eye Moody and you'll have Nymphadora Tonks, both of them brilliant. So these will be the ones you're spending, and you'll need to collect 10 of them in order to complete your registry. Pretty straightforward. Next, we are going to have the Amelia Bones and Rufus Scrimger. You need 1 of these each, but these come when you complete the tasks. So steps 1 through 4, those you complete and you will get these. Next, we're going to have Kingsley Shacklebolt, which this one is kind of interesting because if you were here when the game first came out, Kingsley Shacklebolt was in the registry, but there was no way of getting him. So we're seeing now here he's coming out as a brilliant, and you'll need to get him through portmanteaus. That means you need to open at least 5 of the brilliant portmanteaus to find him. Yeah, get on it. 3K a piece, have some fun, save up your keys, and be ready for that. And then last, you will need to do at least 3 challenges to get your last sticker in the registry. So my suggestion is do something in the tower level. Tower 3, Tower 4 is like my butter zone, where I'm going to be getting something usually about 70 to 75% of the time. Use your brilliant event from this brilliant event. The ones from past brilliant events won't count towards getting you this foundable. So make sure you're using the brilliant event stones you get from this event. Wow, this I'm really looking forward to this brilliant event. This sounds like a lot of fun. I really do like using dark detectors, especially if you can find the right in for it. You're looking for a place that has a lot of normal spawns, maybe with 2 inns around, because I do like loading up a couple inns in a place. I don't like loading up more than 3 at a time, but even if you just have 1 inn, it produces incredibly well. You want to try and find a place outside of a flag zone that has high amounts of spawns, and that will probably give you your best chances for finding this. If you do have a sponsored mall to go to, those can be great places. If you don't, like I'm not going to go out to the sponsored mall for this, so if you don't, then oh well, but if you do, use it. Also, with the new changes to the Stimulo potions, they do carry over from foundable to foundable, so they have become, in many cases, like 5 times as powerful, because if you used to use a potent Stimulo and you got it on the first hit, well, you wasted the other 4 spellcasts. Now you could possibly do 5 separate foundables with 1 potion, which is a great. And so they're really kind of pushing that in this. Use your Stimulo potions, use your dark detectors, and really have a lot of fun with this. As always, I will leave a link to everything I've talked about down below, so you can actually go and look at that if you want to have write-outs on what all of those are. That way you can be the most prepared you can for tomorrow's event. So this month is looking like it's going to be a blast. So expect a couple other updates coming out. We're going to be talking about the actual update to the game, because there were a few things in there that we didn't quite notice, and they do have the video coming up on where to find centaurs. So yes, I'm really looking forward to this. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. What do you have in mind for this? Is there anything special that you're doing or anything you're planning for? Let us know down in the comments below. If you did like the video, please hit like, comment, share, subscribe, ring the bell. Ooh, another thing I can say, when you click on the bell, there's actually a little notification that can say get notified by all events, some events, or none. If you click all, that really does help out my channel, and thank you for that. That way you will also be one of the first to get notified when new news comes out. So stay tuned for that, and have fun on your brilliant event tomorrow. This is going to be big. So I think that's about it for today, and until next time, Have a magical day. And we have a chocolate frog. This one is being sponsored by Water Lily, and she wants the shout out to go to Poke Fodder. So definitely take a look at his channel. I'll leave a link to that down below. So let's see, who did we get today in this fantastic chocolate frog? Something new, something fun, something rare, something like, Godric Gryffindor, the founder of my house, one of the 4 founders of Hogwarts.